You really can't make this shit up, man. Like, shortly after my video that I just made, several of my videos, what am I even saying, got flagged fraudulently, which led to me losing monetization, getting limited ads on it. But anytime it's a yellow monetization thing, basically the video stops running ads. Let's just cut the shit, right? So for all intents and purposes, you lose monetization on work that you put out. And like, these are videos about LG, G2 stuff, and it's like, so they're just going to every video they can, hoping that they get a hit. And it's just like, I'm so sick and tired of all of this, like, assassination type behavior. Like, they want to take you out so badly because you hurt their feelings. And it's like, bro, I don't know who really needs to hear this, but nobody owes you like that safe space that you think you're entitled to. Like, just because you come to a product review, you are not guaranteed a good mark on that fucking product. Like, I don't care that you like that product. Go watch your TV if you're that content with it. But then we all know what it is. If they're really that content and they're happy with their products, why are they online looking at fucking reviews? Because they know it's shit. But the thing is, once they figure out it's shit, they don't just stop at knowing that it's shit. They want to go find people who figure out it's shit. And how dare you speak out about it being shit. Now they want to try to issue a punishment to you. And it's like, it's so hard to be an honest, objective voice on the platform when, you know, it's one of those platforms where if they want your opinion, they'll give it to you kind of thing. And it's so fucking irritating because it's like, I know how I would respond to this shit in the real world, 100%. But you can't say that on social media.
So, Quantum, how does it feel now to have the same thing that you've done to others, like Quantum T, done to Mischief, the Actman, and many other small content creators with false flagging them? How does it feel now to get false flagged? Also, no one actually likes your TV reviews. They put shit, and the people who do are either people who blindly follow your channel, don't do any research like you don't, and don't know what evidence is. And also, they don't censor comments usually with other creators. You're the one who censors them and has the butthurt opinions and feels all upset about, oh no, they're complaining that my Elden Ring review had no evidence to it and it's actually a good game. Like, what? You were saying that the items, all of it just disappears. No, you just lose the orbs. Which, technically still orbs. I don't remember the exact name because I haven't played in a while, but I know what it is. You lose the upgrade points and money that's used to buy new items. That way your character can grow and get stronger within the game. But if you attack that first NPC, who is not a hostile NPC, and just pretty much tells you to go get a maiden, which you then have to do, that's a quest you have to do, and it makes the game a lot easier if you go to that first, which I didn't like a dumbass around like the Crab Beach and whatever, but still, like, you're not supposed to do that. That's the hot take that led to these issues, and now he's whining because fucking he got false flagged. Well, you clearly deserve it. And only that, muting comments, hiding comments that complain about you. Well, there's so many issues with your channel, but I'll let you guys watch another clip in his video of him pretty much just crying wolf again. About how his entire career is just on a downfall, and how it's not his fault, it's all the false flagging, and that it's not that he false flagged so many people first, and also try to mix up people on what fucking false flagging actually is, and what common career attributes are, and how much of a video you can use. You can use 100% of the video if there's audio behind it, and it's getting criticized. And it's not like it's just all at one loop. Like, if you just re-uploaded a video of the Actman and didn't edit it at all, he can flag that for, you know, not being their content, being on the wrong channel. There's actually explanations of it. But if the content is edited for criticism, you can't false flag it. But since you didn't understand that, now it's happening to you. What comes around goes around, dumbass. But let's wait a clip.
Can't be an adult on social media because it's like you can only have a singular mind and you have to codify these fucking feelings to the umpteenth degree, or your shit gets flagged like this. Like, do you really think like I give a shit that somebody on the other side of the world somewhere decides, you know what, a review about the 30 worst TV brands basically around right now are terrible are enough of a reason to like flag my videos. No, I don't care about that shit. And I would have a conversation that maybe would have made him even more triggered, right? Again, about the fact that nobody, again, oh shit, these products aren't your best friend, these companies aren't your best friend, and we would dive down that rabbit hole all fucking day. But the thing is, it's like, you can't really take people to school like they need to be taken to school, because then they'll just do the same thing they're doing here. They'll go on forums and all this shit. Oh, he's a quack, he's a crazy guy. Y'all remember in 2017, for my OG guys that have been watching me from like a long time, okay? When I was talking about the C series and I was showing you the black crush on those OLEDs, everybody and their mother and them called me out of my name for saying that LG OLED specifically had a problem with black crush. Still to this day, I still have those trolls. They're on the LG OLED owners forums on Reddit and shit, talking shit about me, trying to trash me still to this day because they didn't like that I said that. And it's like, when I show problems, I am met with ridicule and hatred like you wouldn't fucking believe. The same guy, Vincent Teo from HDTV Test, gets up just 4 years later and says, oh yeah, these OLEDs had black crush and this is improved on the newer models. Now there was a problem that was fucking improved. And they can...
Can't be an adult. Maybe you should teach yourself how to be an adult first, fucking hypocrite. Because behaving like an adult definitely is deleting comments that criticize you, first off. And second off, the OLEDs, I mean, yeah, that's not entirely the point that those TVs had those flaws. That's not why people are mad at you. It's because you scam people with TV sayings are fake that anyone can learn. I fixed TVs since I was 9 on my own personal TV, so I can't show you what my TV sayings currently look like. I've also recently figured out how to set up DSR on my computer, so now my computer's running in full 4K, kind of. It's confusing with what DSR sayings are, but still, at least I know how to do these things on my own. I don't need to be handheld by some fucking dumbass who false flags everyone else on YouTube just for fun. I'm pretty sure at this point that's what it is, or they go, oh, 100% of my fucking videos used. The tool for flagging isn't even for that. You don't check if the audio's there. Like, the tool is meant that you watch it, and if it is just a complete copy down of your video, then yes, that's an issue. But otherwise, if it's video but there's criticism in it, then it's not. And then he acts like, oh wow, now that's happening to me, it's a problem, but it wasn't a problem before. And like in his previous video too, he's talking about his channel doing worse. I'm pretty sure he's just sub-buying or some shit. That's probably the only real support he's getting at this point. And also he needs to take a note out of his book that, you know, he should learn how to take criticism, because he sure shit doesn't know how to. He's telling everyone else, oh, learn how to take criticism. Like, dude, this little pay is fucking annoying, dude. Like, if you apologize to everyone you false flag, maybe we'll end up helping you. Sure, apologize, stop scamming people, and, you know, prove that you're not buying subs or anything like that. If you can't do any of those things, then what are you doing? Hell, I looked at even some of his older TV review videos, and there was actually some that were kind of helpful and actually explained how to set up a TV. That's probably why he started scamming people, because it's pretty fucking simple to learn how to fix the TV or change its settings, you know? It's not anything complex like rocket science or some shit, or mathematics. No, it's like you go onto the menu bar and you play with the settings, and you can probably figure out how to set up your TV. I apparently had to restart my TV because there was some like error or some shit that I had to fix by resetting the entire TV and then changing the settings. I did it a few times and I figured out how to set up my TV. My TV is in old ass Vizio. I don't know if I've showed it on YouTube. I think I've showed it on Twitter. And my Twitch. When I had my Twitch, I got rid of both because I just issues with Twitch and all sorts of shit. There's videos on it. Twitch is a shit site, but so I don't really get how Quantum doesn't see his hypocrisy. Like the previous video that I looked at with Quantum TV and that comment, it was like about his hypocrisy, and like his fans too. There was some dumbass coming on my video just spamming comments, and they just avoid the questions or anything like that and give you a bullshit response or make some shit up that you can contradict or point out there's a different way to it, and then they constantly delete it and get rid of it to the point where I actually just re-commented their comment over my own comment, which is hilarious, and it just pisses them off. Like, they get so fucking triggered. It's like, alright. And then if you keep pointing out the hypocrisy, they go, oh, like, one of them was like, oh, well, I didn't say that. I know I'm supporting you. You're supporting Quantum TV with this video. No, I'm not. It's not being worse and it's dying. People know it's shit. People who don't know it, or people that he leaves in his comments, he includes any other comment with criticism. That's why I hate blocking or banning people or getting rid of them. The only time I'll do that is like genuine spam, like some random fucking website or some shit. Yeah, I might delete the comment or block it then. Probably won't because I just don't give a shit. Unless it's actually bothering people or getting people harmed. Like, once it's actually harming people and it becomes a problem, then I actually solve it. So if it's not really a problem with the comment, it's just some stupid shit someone's saying, I'm gonna leave it because I don't care. Have other retweets, only the fucking retard. And what everyone's like, oh, you fucking suck. No, a lot of my comments get deleted or fucking hidden on these channels, so yeah, including my comment mentioning that, you know, this is hypocritical and you've done the same thing. That comment is hidden. I'm glad you have 2 channels, like, you don't see anything stupid like that. And also with it, he even had a channel they deleted that was completely horseshit, trying to explain how TOS works in the way it doesn't. I mean, it would be a good thing if they finally banned one of Quantum TV's channels finally, instead, you know, just having him get falsified too. I mean, I think that's, it's slight improvement, maybe a tiny bit of shit. And it's also like annoying that like, oh, everyone's too soft on something like that. Well, this person's probably you right now. Like, you just imagine someone going up to you and stabbing you and saying, oh, fucking dumbass. And then you stab them, they go, oh, just fucking freak out and say, everyone, he stabbed me first! It's like that kind of bullshit, like, yeah, fucking crying wolf, or, you know, that's not exactly crying wolf, actually. It's more like, you know, trying to pin the blame on someone when you stabbed him first, where it's like self-defense. Like, you see self-defense cases all the time. In the real world of danger, like, I know that I use like extreme metaphors of these situations, but I mean, it makes more sense then instead of just like these little metaphors that make less sense. Or like, I don't know, if he stole something from you, and you decide to steal something back. Like, I've seen that happen to people before and heard story times about it, where, you know, somebody steals something and you still attack, and it's like, what the fuck? You stole it first, it's not your property, or it is your property, but it's criticism over it, like over a video. It's just so fucking stupid, and yet that's too much. You gotta falsify everyone else for that. It almost feels like falsifying you. It's like, no, you can't do that. No, please don't, please. That's some fucking toad shit. Quit coping, you fucking bitch.
Fucking filter. I'm not gonna sit here and cherry pick information. That's called lying, right? If I tell you that I'm in X place with this finding, and then it's actually on the other side of the fucking world, that's a lie. And you're so used to being lied to that it's like, it's almost second nature. And the fact that now this channel is being attacked by people who can't handle being told a product, let this sink in, that they didn't manufacture, it's not on their family name, they aren't getting a stipend every month from this company, right, because they love you so much, right? A fucking company and a fucking product. You can't even hear that it's bad, to the point where you are trying to run content creators offline for not giving you a positive review on a fucking product. I saw this with Elden Ring. I saw this with LG OLEDs. Now I'm seeing this with budget TVs. Holy fuck, society is weak. It's bro, like, please, if you are of the sound mind that I hope that the rest of the world is of, please chime off about this down below and just let me know, reassure me that there is faith in humanity, because frankly, I'm losing my faith in it completely. How the hell are people this weak? Like, god damn, bro, it's a product, bro. Like, we are talking technology. Like, good luck when you find a product issue. I mean, these are the same people, by the way. When they find an issue with a product, they'll be the first ones blasting off on reviews or asking for managers or don't ever buy Samsung again. I had a terrible product experience. But now look at them attacking me and shitting on me and all this kind of stuff. Like, bro, you really, like, Sano's were like, that's what you want to put your hat on? Sanyo? Fucking Hitachi? Emerson? These are the TVs you're coming after me for? Oh my god, I can't even with this video right now, bro.
Yeah, it definitely people who complain about your content is just because they don't do their own research or anything like that. I'm pretty sure anyone who complains about your content does more research. I mean, you even complain about not wanting to review certain TV because you think there's better TVs out there. Then prove it. Review the TV anyways. Doesn't that just sound like more reviews or whatever? Like, that's so fucking stupid. It's your job to review TVs, and he doesn't want to do that. Like, that's more from his previous video, but even that, it's still a complaint here, because, like, he's acting like everyone just, like, looks at his reviews and goes, oh, these are lazy for no reason, you know, I don't want to look at evidence. So I've watched him all the way through with his Elden Ring review, his God of War review, a lot of the reviews of modern games. And, like, I can agree on some points, like, the story in God of War Ragnarok is pretty shitty, and does ignore the original God of War games, but the gameplay's amazing, the game looks amazing, even on the performance settings on the PS5. Like, and he talks about only the graphics, like, not even actual complaints of the games. That's why people don't like your content. They're not real reviews. If it was a real review, you'd be talking about how, like, oh, the story has a lot of plot holes in it, there's times when the characters should have fought these enemies and not some random NPC getting himself killed, or any issues like that in the game, to where there could have been great gameplay moments, like in God of War Olympus, or God of War 2 and 3, which there is still great moments in that game. Like, the game is still pretty damn fun for what it looks. I haven't played it yet, but I've seen reviews of it, and it's basically the story's bad, but everything else about the game is good. And there is some gameplay issues, but it's pretty much a fix of God of War 2018, pretty much, what I can see from the issues. Like, for one, the difficulty is better, so if you play on hard difficulty, it's actually more difficult for the most part, apparently, because I do remember times I did play, it was on my own system, because I don't have any money right now, and that's my own fault. But there is reasoning behind it, and I agree with my choice and stand behind my own choices, which led to me being poor for now. Which doesn't matter, because I can figure a way out. Before. It'll be fine. Qualm TV won't, because this channel's fucked. Like, he's losing so many views, and he's just getting more dislikes and likes. Just embarrassing, dude. But, besides that, and the fact that he probably is sub-buying or doing some shit to, you know, get more support. I don't know, this guy just wants to get laughed at or some shit. Like, dude, I like the entire God of War review he made was so fucking trashy. Like, God of War Ragnarok is just a terrible game because they're not utilizing all the performance in the PS5. But they are. They are, and then they compare two different game studios, which is Sony Pictures. I think it's Sony that makes the God of War games strictly, if I recall. And that there's like Insomniac, or no, not Insomniac. Don't remember the studio that makes Spider-Man's game, the Spider-Man games. Yeah, Sony owns that studio, and you know, that technically doesn't mean it's gonna be the same exact engine they use. There's different engines and different software, and complaining about the graphics for the game is like the worst thing to complain about. If you're gonna review the game, complain about other things. Like, yeah, it kind of does feel like Dad Simulator with it in God of War, but God of War Ragnarok fixes this by making it to where you can play it as Atreus, which I think makes the game a lot better. There's a lot of sections where I think they would have been better to allow the main characters to get into a fight or get more injured, which I know why they didn't do that in God of War, because a lot of people would actually get offended by that. Like, if Atreus got more than just a broken arm or anything like that, because they got upset about similar things in the God of War 2018. And they kind of did, like, neuter the game in story aspects. Gameplay wise, though, it's a great game. They fixed a lot of the gameplay issues I even had when looking at the first God of War for 2018. And they did kind of the same thing with the original God of War. Like, it's kind of the same situation with it when looking back at it, so they're not really too different when comparing all the God of War games together. Which is why you review shit. You don't actually compare gameplay or anything like that, you just make assumptions of it. And he did the same thing with Elden Ring, because you barely got through the beginning part, and then with the first actual NPC that you bump into, it's not an undead. you attack him 10 times and then get killed by him and go, this game's shit. You know, I'm just not bad at the game and I didn't just fuck it up right off the bat. No, it's just a shitty game because I can't just kill everything in sight immediately like in Red Dead 2 or some shit. Which I think Red Dead 2 is an amazing game. Hell, I even still play it. I'm doing another battle run on my PS5. Wow, a PC player plays on console. Whoa. I prefer playing on PC, but I like to, you know, actually justly review games and play them on different systems, and the PS5 is a good console. It is not a shitty one, as Quantum TV says. Yeah, Sony could have made some different improvements and changes to it that would have made the console run a bit better. But, you know, they're on a short supply leash, and, like, there's some points I do agree with Quantum TV, like in one of his videos where he mentioned supply chain issues and, you know, buying out every console at launch. I do agree that that's a bad thing to do and that people should not buy every single console, you know, and leave none for anyone else. Like, everyone else wants a console too, especially, you know, play any of their newer games that they release. And I also agree that they probably shouldn't have raised up the price to $70 with games, but for a different reason. Quantum's reason for that is, like, so fucking stupid, but that's not really what this video is about. In general, it's about that Quantum TV has a lot of horrible hot takes, doesn't truly give any evidence, and when he does, it's usually about minuscule things that there's better technologies for, or better techniques that they could use, or it's about beta gameplay footage that is apparently just ruins the game. Like, no, it doesn't. And a game usually takes time to finish, and yeah, a lot of developers have been extending time for games, but it's also because they're getting rushed to make these games, or there's other developmental issues at hand that most people ignore, and it's kind of funny. Like, there's a lot that goes into all sorts of things, and they just ignore it like it's not there, or don't answer questions that people have. Like, that's the first sign that someone's full of shit. If they ask you a question like, hey, what should I do about this, or what about this, or hey, that's not really evidence, that doesn't really count as evidence. Asking questions like that, and if you just get deleted or whatever, it's just fucking stupid. Let people ask questions. I let people ask questions. I don't ban anyone from my comments, especially if they have a hot take. Like, if they say something stupid, it's there forever, it's their fault, or they can delete it, but I might even be tempted to repost what they said if, like, anyone asked me what they said, because it was stupid and you shouldn't post that in the first place. And if you don't want me to laugh at your hot take, don't post something stupid on my channel in my comments. Like, you know, I mean, go ahead if you want. I mean, it just helps me. I like to laugh at people being dumbasses. And also, I got this video from a few people I got an idea from. One of them is Jestan Diams, which goes into more depth and also talks about pretty much the same things. I would recommend you go over to his channel. I'll put a link in the description for his video, as always. And also, his other video about Quantum with his Karma, I'll put that one in the description too. And also, Oxy Legend, his video will be linked in the description too. Goodbye.